Hey everybody, good Tuesday morning, top of the morning to you. Sitting here looking out the window at all the frost on the rooftops in the yard. Cold here in Atlanta. We're going to be cold all the way up until January the 7th. The longest cold spell in 42 years, they're saying, here in the city of Atlanta. But good morning, top of the morning to you. Hope you're doing okay today. Let's get up. I got to go do some running around and get some stuff done today. But the Morning Post this morning is 60 years ago, when I was a 10-year-old little boy. Writing does strange things to you sometimes. Old truths can just pop out of you. New insights come out of you. Your mind can just travel through time, back to the past and into the future. You can see the beginnings of times and the end of times. Oftentimes, the answers to your situations, whatever you're going through, if you just go sit down somewhere and just take a pen or your iPad or something and start writing about it, the answers will come through you. All the answers to everything in life is within you, within me. Anyhow, being philosophical. Let's move on. I have always loved to hear tales from old people. Even as a boy, I could be spellbound by listening to Granny Bratcher talk about haunted houses or hard times that she went through as a young girl. She would tell tales like the night that she, along with some other neighbors, were all sitting up all night on Savannah Street in Cabbagetown with someone who had died. Back then, they brought the body out to the house. In the middle of the night, she said they were all sitting around and something happened and the dead person just sat up in the coffin. She said they all like to had a heart attack and ran out of the house. The next morning, the funeral home people came and pushed the body back down. Old people have stories. You know, the young people hadn't lived long enough to really have stories that much. But old people carry with them stories of things they've come through. One Saturday, as we were all at the little white house, an old man introduced himself to the group and began to tell all of us about his times with President Roosevelt back in those years when he came there. We all just was drawn in and was like just a bunch of kids hearing tales about Santa Claus. 60 years ago, when I was a 10-year-old little boy. To be honest, that shocked me when I saw that written down. After I had wrote it, I just looked at it strangely and oddly. I'm like, for real? 60 years ago, I was a 10-year-old little boy? How could that be that 60 years ago, I was a 10-year-old little boy? That doesn't seem possible. Has that much time really gone by? 60 years ago? Was I really riding my bicycle around the streets of Cabbagetown? Am I really 70? What the hell? How did that happen? I am going through this weird dance with time right now. A year doesn't seem like a year. A decade doesn't seem like a decade. Months seem to be weeks. Years seem to be months. Did something happen? Did I miss something along the way? It all seems to have changed. Time calculates differently at 70. My mind seems to still be filled with the joys of life. I still have dreams, things I want to do. I want to write more, paint more, travel more, love more, make love more. And yet, I forget everything. I have to have special places where I make sure I put things like my keys or my wallet or whatever. If not, I'll just be like hunting lost treasure, trying to remember where I put them. And I make notes on the calendar constantly. And I ask Siri for short time reminders. Oh, I've got a dentist appointment at 2. Well, it's 11 o'clock. Now, let me tell Siri to remind me at 1 so I don't forget that I've got a dentist appointment just a few hours from now. Yeah, it's weird. Of course, I forget everything now. Of course, my brain is worn out because 60 years ago, I was a 10-year-old little boy. 60 years ago, when I was a 10-year-old little boy, no wonder I can't remember stuff as easily as I used to. I bet my memory was wonderful. 60 years ago, when I was a 10-year-old little boy, I bet I had the memory of an elephant. Animated, ain't it? No wonder my body is aging, and the hair is getting thin, and my both eyes have had cataract surgery, and the eyelids had to be lifted because they started falling down. You know, what's that old saying about people get furniture disease where your chest falls down into your drawers? But no wonder I had to do all that. And I run out of steam every day. Around about 3 o'clock, I'm done. I'm like, no, I'm done for the day. I've got to go sit down somewhere. You know why I run out of steam every day around 3 o'clock? Because 60 years ago, I was a 10-year-old little boy. Good Tuesday morning, sweet people. As I'm shouting and hollering at y'all this morning, y'all wake y'all's tail up and get going. Get up and get up. Good Tuesday morning, sweet people. I guess this is how I deal with aging. Straight on. My mama didn't like aging. She just didn't want to get old. She wanted to stay young and pretty. Don't we all? Maybe not. I'm okay with being that 60 years ago I was a 10-year-old little boy, I guess. Sometimes it does seem a little weird. I guess this is how I deal with aging straight on. I'm very confrontational in life I just don't let stuff lie. I confront. And I guess I do that with HIV, with aging, with being gay, with whatever. I just confront every issue that's going on in my head. Just confront it straight on. Don't do all that kowtowing back. Get up and deal with your issues. Well, it's not none of my business how you deal with your issues. I'm trying to motivate you, but I seemed like I was an old preacher trying to tell you how to live your life, didn't I? I take that back. You deal with your issues however you deal with them. I guess this is how I deal with aging straight on. I don't know what feeling old is supposed to feel like. It doesn't come with no handbook about what are you supposed to feel like as you get older or old. Well, you know, we don't like that word old. We like to soften it with as we get older. No, honey, some of us we done got on the old my ship Lollipop going to the old island of old people. And we ought to just be so filled with so much gratitude and joy that of all the billions of people on earth, some of us are heading into our 70s and some of y'all are in your 80s. How wonderful and blessed and happy and joyful you should be that you get to see some of your great-grandkids get married. Good Lord. And just to think good Lord, I was doing edibles in New York City a couple months ago. I was walking around the city of New York, just stoned out of my brain in Times Square, wondering, like, can my legs still move? Or am I just going to have to get Jill and able to go get a wheelchair and roll me back to the Marriott? Same kind of stuff I was doing when I was 16, getting high as a kite. That was weird. The picture over on my Facebook post, y'all. When I was a 10-year-old little boy, 60 years ago, in this picture, I found a picture of a 10-year-old with my cousin Sonny. I lived with them out in Mapleton. They had a house out there then. A picture of me and Sonny, my cousin, on our bicycles. 60 years ago, when I was a 10-year-old little boy, I was on that bicycle. I don't even know if I'd want to ride a bicycle now. Anyhow, love y'all.